See how these stones at Vithala Temple are interlocked with pieces of what looks like glass to me. They're glued together because these stones might fall off because of the vibrations caused as soon as you enter the temple premises. That is one of the reasons that you don't see vehicles allowed. Instead, you will have electric vehicles. These are numbered so that in case things fall down, you can replace them and repair them as and when needed, should any mishap occur. Alright, so if you see the entrance of the temple, there are three similar entrances that the temple has. Apparently, these are installed by Krishna Devaraya and his wives Tirumala Devi and Chinna Devi respectively. As soon as you step into the temple, you will see these carvings on either sides of the entrance, and they're carved out of a single stone. These carvings are called as monolithic carvings, meaning that they're carved from a single stone. What you see here is how people in Hindu temples worship. So you will also see there are designated spots for people who are bachelors, people who are couples, and families. The devotees lay in front of the deity. Respective places for bachelors, couples, and families are denoted here in terms of carvings. Upon carefully noticing, you will see that there are some inscriptions on the walls inside the temple at the entrance. These inscriptions are believed to have been written in the Devagiri script, and these are the inscriptions that we're talking about. Alright, so as we move inside the temple, this is called as the Pakashala, which is the temple kitchen. This is where food for the god gets cooked. Also need to know that this is not for general public, this is Naivedya only for the gods. A similar structure can be seen outside the temple premises. Now that is open for general public who while visiting can halt and cook in these premises, but this is exclusively for the gods of the temple. Alright, further from the Pakashala, you will see there are three mantapas in the Vithala temple. The one on the left is called as the Kalyana Mantapa. This is the Kalyana Mantapa. This is the Maha Mantapa where you have the musical pillars. This is the stone chariot. And what you see here is the Utsava Mantapa. Utsava Mantapa is primarily believed to carry out religious activities. The Maha Mantapa or Nritya Mantapa with its musical pillars, which makes sound when tapped like musical instruments, was constructed during the rule of Krishna Devaraya. Around 18 of these 54 musical pillars are still functioning, but the Archaeological Survey of India has taken precautions not to let people inside because these pillars were ideally supposed to be tapped with sandalwood, and that is how people in those days, back in the day, started playing music using these pillars. But of late what happened was people and visitors started tapping with the fingers, tapping with the coins, with stones, and they started damaging these pillars. Alright, now the most important part of the discussion, which is the stone chariot which was built by the king Krishna Devaraya. Krishna Devaraya had gone to war with Orissa and upon seeing the chariot at the Konark temple, at the Sun temple of Konark, he took a firm resolve to build a chariot made of the same type of stones in his empire. Then he got this stone chariot constructed in Hampi. An idol of Vithala, who is Vishnu, was enshrined in the temple. This was built in the 16th century by the orders of King Krishna Devaraya of Vijayanagara Empire. Chariot usually is a shrine dedicated to Garuda built inside the Vithala Temple complex. The massive sculpture of Garuda today is empty at the present date. The Hampi chariot has earned its name among the other famous stone chariots in India. One at Mahabalipuram, one at Odisha, and one at Hampi.
Okay.
But earlier chariot is very colorful actually, sir.
Okay.
You can see the beautiful shade and the color are there under the shade. You can see green, red, and yellow is there, sir.
Yeah.
But very colorful to the chariot actually. Because of rain, because of sunlight. Now we know when sunlight a lot of and very rain will go there. But now is no way of that rain. There is a shade is there. Now also you can find a color. You can see the middle.
Yeah.
That is a Garuda statue. And both side wings are there.
In front of the chariot, there are two elephants that you see which are positioned as if they're pulling the chariot. But please note that these are not a part of the stone chariot and there should have been horses. Upon carefully observing the elephant sculptures, you will realize that one of the elephants, slightly behind one of the elephants, is a horse's tail that you would see. Since we don't have the horses, they have been replaced with the elephants. Also to note that there should have been a gopura at the top of the stone chariot, but looks like it was destroyed and you no longer can see the tower at the top.
And earlier, the top of the chariot is a beautiful superstructure also there, madam. Same like this, 10 feet upper the chariot. Because when going here more than 200 years, after temple will covers the vegetation. But you can see now no elephants also there. Because these are department when came here after they extend the elephants. Because originally the arms were broken. But when it's called people tree, neem tree, like a banyan tree. There are a lot of they when naturally they when mud is there, they naturally going inside the chariot. That's why they're very crack for everywhere. That's why they remove the chariot, the gopuram. After they new ceiling for the department of A7 renovation order, there's a new construction also. Top of
The flat sea.
But you saw that also the temple set like this, sir. That is the oil lamp. It's the 1856 they're standing up there. They naturally swell like that. Yeah, earlier. Sir. But lock systems also there, madam. The small holes are there, hooks are there. The time to the iron